Here we are with Clay Buchholz at his agent Bobby Straff's house in Texas. Just wanted to touch base. Haven't talked to Clay in a couple of weeks. Some of his fans from buckwild.com as well as socksanddogs.com were nice enough to ask him some questions. We are going to start out with Jerry from Manchester. He wants to know, what will your goals be and expectations for the 2008 season?
Well, I mean, my goals for last season was to be in AA and then work my way up. So I got that little taste of big league ball this year. So I mean, I'm going to go into camp ready to do what I have to do to endure the whole season next year and be able to pitch through October. And my goal is basically to be in the starting rotation and be healthy all year.
Thanks. Liza wants to know, what's the silliest single moment in the clubhouse from the majors or minors you've had this year?
I think it was in Pawtucket. We were Michael Tucker had his little boy in there, and after the games we'd play a couple of songs, and his son would be dancing around, not thinking anybody was looking at him. And we had a videotaped him one day, and he was so embarrassed he didn't come back in the clubhouse for a couple of days. So it was pretty funny though, the way he was dancing. So he was only like six years old, I guess, but it was pretty funny.
Ian would like to know, were you surprised by your rapid ascent through the Red Sox system this year, or is that something you kind of expected?
No, I was a little bit surprised. Didn't expect everything that happened. So I mean, I'm not an arrogant person at all. So I wasn't going out there expecting to do everything that I did, but I knew what my goals were, and I knew what I wanted to do. So it fell in place pretty close.
Texas Gal. What sort of pregame rituals do you go through, or do you have any other kind of superstitions related to playing?
I think everybody in baseball is superstitious in some way, but pregame rituals, I try to do everything the same way as I do the game before and the game before that, as far as putting your socks on the 1 foot at a time and going right and left and stuff like that, and then listening to the same music or whatever. If I had a good game, I'll listen to the same music, and then if not, I'll switch it up a little bit. But I'm not really that big as far as having to do the same thing every time. I have my little rituals that I do on the mound as far as taking my deep breaths and everything, but other than that, it's relatively basic.
Was there any music that seemed to work for you that you ended up listening to a whole bunch of times, or it just switched?
I think I listen to Hawthorne Heights a lot. It's a rock band, I guess.
Christine E. would like to know, when you were pitching your no-no, were you aware of what was going on the whole time, or did you notice only in the later innings, and did everyone avoid you like they did when Derek Lowe pitched his no-hitter?
Yeah, when I worked through 3 innings, I was just thinking, okay, I'm going 6 innings tonight. If I can just not give up any more runs, this would be a great outing for me. And then the 6th inning, I looked up there and I saw all the zeros, and I was thinking, wow. But it's happened to me, I guess, 2 years in a row now that I've had no hit in the minor leagues. I've had no hitters going into the 7th inning. The first batter at the 7th inning's gotten a hit. So that's when it came on my mind. And then when I got that first out in the 7th, it just felt more like I was going downhill than trying to fight the battle uphill. So I noticed around the 6th, 7th inning, and then at that time nobody was sitting around me in the dugout. They were all standing up and doing their own thing.
Mel would like to ask you, how did you feel going up against Roger Clemens in AA, and do you think that performance under the media scrutiny was part of your process to determine if you're ready to pitch in Boston?
That was one of the, up until my debut, that was one of the probably the most exciting thing that I've done in my baseball and professional career so far, and it was just a childhood hero that I looked up to, being able to go to the Astrodome and see him pitch and everything like that. It was good for me to be out there, and then on top of that, all the media. There's a lot of people there, and I think every level you go up, there's more fans, and that's all I can do is help you at that time.
Did you get to talk to Roger at all, or did he give you any advice? Or?
I talked to him not this past year, but the year before in Greenville. His son was playing against us there, and I got to talk to him. I didn't get to talk to him after the game then.
Mel also want to know, what exactly were you dressed up as when you and the other rookies were dressed in drag during the final road trip?
I think I was like a pirate witch or something. I don't know. They sort of gave me a cowboy hat and a little eye patch, and I don't know what I was. It was just something they threw together that thought it would look funny, and it looked funny. It felt a lot funnier than it looked.
Which rookie do you think looked the funniest?
Maybe probably Daisuke, that huge Teletubby. That was pretty funny. But I don't know. Mossy and Ellsbury had their little dress up things were pretty funny too. So.
And Liza wants to know: was there any other rookie hazing other than that? Dressing up. That was it.
They sort of did what they had to do, and everybody knew it was coming on that particular day. So it wasn't a big shock when we walked in and saw the dresses and everything in the lockers. So they didn't do anything else for it. I mean, everybody in that clubhouse is so professional, but at the same time, everything in there is relaxed. So it's not a really big deal.
And Dan Lamoth wants to know: we've seen some of the banter that goes on with the Red Sox players. Do you have any funny stories that aren't public, prank wars, or nicknames?
I don't think so. Everything I know is out there, so it's like I said, it was fun being up there, and not really much that I haven't said to anybody. So. And
these are some questions I had for you. What do you think about your season this past year personally?
I think it was a good season. It was a little shocking whenever they told me that I was going home early, but other than that, I reached all my goals, and I did everything that I wanted to do in the season. I started in Double-A like my goal out of spring training was, and I got to go to Triple-A for a little while, and then I finally got to make my appearance in the big league. So I think I accomplished just about everything that I wanted to.
And what type of off-season goals do you have now, getting ready for next year?
Well, I'll be going to the API in Pensacola, Florida, and I haven't heard anything but good things about it. So I'm looking forward to being the strongest I've ever been going into spring training, and being able to be healthy throughout the whole season, and not having any problems with anything. So that's my goals.
And for those people that don't know, API is Athletes Performance, very famous training program. Kurt Schilling, as well as several other players, train there. Is there any specific goals you're looking to achieve as far as innings pitched, strikeouts, wins? What do you do to motivate yourself to get ready for 08 other than saying, okay, I'm healthy? With the assumption that you're healthy, what do you have in the back of your mind that pushes you to continue to be better?
Well, all the motivation I need is to be in that starting rotation. That's what I want to do going into spring training, and that's what all the work's going towards. And that's there's a lot of people out there that dream about pitching and being in a position that every guy out there is in. And I mean, that's really all the motivation that I need.
And what is your message? If you could give a message to Red Sox Nation, what would that be?
Stay behind the team. I know everybody out there has been there way longer than I have, but it's a lot better going out into a park and feeling the fans being behind you, and it just gets better and better every game that you go out there. So it's been great, and I hope everybody can keep it up and keep going to watch us out there win.
All right,